Forming a holding company is something that you can do that will inexpensively and easily enhance your asset protection and privacy. What is a holding company? Well, a holding company is a company that should not engage in any risky activities. It should not be dealing with the public. It should really not be entering into contracts. It shouldn't have employees. It has very limited functions that it will engage in. A holding company, though, is not a special kind of LLC. It really just describes what the LLC does. Many people form a holding company in Wyoming because of Wyoming's great asset protection laws, and then use that holding company to own subsidiary companies or child companies in other states. So they'll form their holding company in Wyoming, and then they'll form an Oklahoma LLC subsidiary that will own a piece of real estate. And then they'll invest with the holding company into a operating car wash in Illinois. So your holding company will own many other companies, but it will not engage with the public, and it will not generate any liability of its own. Naming your holding company is something that we're frequently asked about. Does it need to include holding in the name? The answer is no, it doesn't. It does not need to include holding company. I actually think it should, though. One of the things I've seen is people will set up a holding company and they don't include holding in the name, and then they get confused. They actually start treating their holding company like it's an operating company or subsidiary. They flip them around, they sound very similar, and they get confused. So I actually like naming holding companies with holdings or holding at the end of it. One of the things to keep in mind about your holding company is don't pigeonhole it, because you may now have your holding company investing in real estate, but down the road, your holding company may be owning other types of businesses, operating businesses, or maybe investing in partnerships, or you can invest in anything, but only through those other companies. So what we recommend is that you form a holding company, include holding in the name, but then make the name fairly generic so that it can own a lot of different companies. And an example is, Google. The parent company for Google is Alphabet. Well, why is that? It owns tons of different companies. There must have been some meeting that the folks over at Google had, and they were like, well, what do? We do everything from A to Z. Okay, we're Alphabet. Forming a holding company is a great way to enhance your privacy, also enhance your asset protection. And as we see with other companies, it really says something about you and what it is you're doing, that you have much larger ambitions than just a single LLC. You're going to own a lot of companies, and this is a really great way to inexpensively limit your risk and also make management of them much easier.